Today on Quillbilly Garage, we are doing another segment for the series 1966 Oldsmobile F-85 Resurrection. Working on this car that one of my sons bought. It's his first car, and it did not come with any keys. That's no ignition, door, or trunk. So this one, the trunk key, the lock cylinder, was already out when we got the car. So we've been opening it with a screwdriver. We went online and found a new kit that came with an ignition lock cylinder, the door lock cylinders, and the trunk lock cylinder all keyed the same. So right here we have the lock cylinder for the trunk. The kit came with a nice little gasket that goes between the lock cylinder and the painted part of the trunk lid. And then this rod sticks in here. Can't really do it one-handed, but that then sticks into the latch inside the trunk, the same latch that we would have been sticking a screwdriver in to open the trunk. And then that is the little clip that holds it in place. It's not quite what I was looking for, because right here's a little slot, and there should have been a long curved metal piece that goes up in there and hooks up around the lock cylinder. Well, that piece is missing on this car. Maybe we'll be able to buy one somewhere. But I think we'll be able to just get up inside one of the holes in the one of these access holes in the trunk lid and get in there and put that other clip on. This is what it looks like all assembled. We've got the rod in there, the rubber gasket. Came with some cool factory looking original type keys, and then again we've got the clip that will, once it's in there, it'll either go in from the top or the bottom, not sure, but clip on in there. We got it all installed, got the clip in place. That took mere seconds to get that installed. Now trunk's latched, make sure it works. Hopefully it does. Perfect. Now for the door locks. We are going to have to pull the door panel off and get to the inside of the door. For the doors, it came with a lock cylinder, the gasket, just like the trunk has, the clip that holds the lock cylinder in, just like the trunk has. And then there's this additional clip that connects or holds the little linkage part to the back of the lock cylinder. Yes, this is a bright orange front seat in this car that was upholstered quite well, matches the original pattern, but doesn't match anything else in the car except for the armrest pads. So, looking at the door, we got the door panel off. And inside, you can see the lock cylinder. You can see that clip that holds it to the door. And this piece of linkage rod, or I'm sorry, I don't know what to call it. This little piece of metal, this tab that's clipped onto the end of the lock cylinder so that it can actuate the up and down mechanism for the door lock. Alright, so that's what it looks like with the lock removed. Here's the new lock cylinder. I almost forgot to put the gasket on before putting this little piece on. And then this little clip will slip on there. So what we learned, we tried to take this clip off the old one. We tried to take this clip off while the lock was still installed. We thought that we had to get this piece off while it was still in the door. We had trouble getting that clip out, and then realized that we could snake that whole thing through the hole in the door. So we took the big clip off that holds it in place, fished it through, and then got the old clip off. Luckily it comes with a new clip, because we absolutely destroyed the old clip taking it off. we've got it all assembled. We had to be careful to make sure, one, like I mentioned, that we got the gasket on first, that we got this piece on pointing the right direction where it steps out rather than stepping back towards the door. And then making sure we had our lock cylinder so that up is up, which it is. And this will slip right in here. Making sure the gasket's in place. And here it is all installed, all clipped in place and functioning.